Hello, I'm Eskimo, and I'm here to talk about CorelDRAW. This video is about combo boxes in my VBA macros. You may already be familiar with combo boxes, but the ones in my macros have a number of special features. You can use those macros without learning about those features, but you may be missing out on some things that could help you work more productively. This video describes and demonstrates those features so that you can understand and use them to get the most out of my macros. As a starting point, I'll briefly cover some standard features of a combo box. The combo part of the name refers to the way that it is a combination of a drop-down list and a single-line text box. We can set the box to a value from the drop-down list, such as 25 or 100, or we can enter a value directly in the box by typing, such as 150. Pasting can also be used to put text into the box. I copied 50 to the clipboard earlier, and I can paste it here now. The macro I'm using here is one that I call Adjust Objects, Retain Positions, shortened here to AORP. This macro can carry out a variety of adjustments to selected objects while retaining the specified positions of those objects. The adjustment to be made is specified by controls in this part of the form. Clicking on any button down here causes the operation to be carried out. The specific button that is used determines the position that is retained. For example, left X, top Y, center X, center Y, right X, bottom Y. Here, we are on the To Size page, which can set the width, or height, or both width and height. We're starting here with an ellipse that has a width of 100 millimeters and a height of 50 millimeters. I've put a guideline here as a visual reference. Setting this to width only, and using the value of 50 that we put into the box earlier, I click on right X, center Y to carry out the operation. We see that the width has been changed as specified, and the right X position has been retained. If I set the width to 75, click on left X, center Y, then we see that the width has been changed to 75 millimeters, and that we have retained the left X position. That's all I'm going to show for standard combo box capabilities. The rest of this video will be about special features. One feature is the auto-select behavior when entering the combo box. By default, when one of these combo boxes is entered, the text is automatically selected. This makes it easy to type in a new value to replace the old one. Just click and start typing. If you wish to edit the existing text, you can do so by clicking to place the cursor and deselect the text, or by clicking and dragging to select a specific part of the text. The auto-select behavior is optional. Right-click in the box to bring up the context menu. Depending on the current status of that setting, you will have the option to either enable or disable automatic selection. Another feature is that the combo box has a default value and can quickly be set to that value. Right-click in the box to bring up the context menu, then click on Set Box to Default Value. Another way to set the box to its default value is to hold down the Control key and click on the box. If I first set the box to a different value, we see that control clicking works just the same as using the context menu to set the box to its default value. The default value for the combo box is user-settable. With the value you want showing in the box, use the context menu and click on Save Value as Default. A combo box can have a list of values, access to the drop-down. There are a number of tools to allow you to manage the list of values for a combo box. By default, when a value in a combo box is used by the macro, that value is added at the top of the list. When a value from the list is used by the macro, then that value is moved to the top of the list. So, as you work, the list remembers the most recently used values. The list we see here includes values that were already in the list at the start of this demonstration. It also includes values that were automatically added to the list when I used the macro to resize the ellipse earlier in this video. If I type in 125 and then use that value to resize the ellipse, we see that the value has been added to the list. You can also manually add values to the list. With the value you want present in the box, use Add Value to List in the context menu. Again, we see that the value has been added to the list. You can delete values from the list. With the value you wish to delete present in the box, use Delete Value from List in the context menu. That value is still present in the box, but we see that it has been deleted from the list. You can sort the list, low to high, or high to low. These are actions, not settings. The box does not automatically maintain sort order as values are added or used. You can clear the list completely. You can lock the list. When the list is locked, new values are not automatically added when used by the macro, and the order of values within the list is not changed when a value from the list is used. If you wish to create a specific list of values and have them always available, then you can do so by using the tools just described. Delete unwanted values, or completely clear the list. Manually add new values. Since I just cleared this list, I'll build a new one by adding 70, 60, 50, 80, 90, and 100. Sort the list if you wish. Here, I'll sort it low to high. When the list is just the way you want it to be, you can lock it. The combo box will still allow direct entry of values in the box for use by the macro, but the list will remain unchanged as long as you leave it locked. If you wish to change it later, you can always unlock the list, edit it, and then lock it again. If a combo box is one that allows non-integer values, then values in the box are rounded to a specific number of decimal places. In some combo boxes, the number of decimal places used for this can be set by the user. This can be done using this submenu in the context menu. You can also choose whether or not trailing zeros are shown for values in a combo box. If a combo box is used to represent a distance, then units come into play. The units in use by the combo box are shown by a label immediately to the right of the box. You have some options for how units are handled. These can be found in the Units submenu of the context menu. If Follow Horizontal Ruler Units is checked, then the combo box automatically uses the same units that are in use in the document. This document is working in millimeters now, but if I change to inches, or points, then we see that the combo box follows those changes. If specific units are selected in that submenu, then the ComboBox uses those units, independent of the units that are in use in the document. To demonstrate, I'll set this ComboBox explicitly to inches. Change the document units to millimeters, and the ComboBox is still set to inches. For a ComboBox that represents a distance, a number of things are connected to the units currently in use by that ComboBox. When those units change, either by the box automatically following a change of the document units, or by having different units directly selected through the submenu, then the following are loaded based on the new units: the list of values, the number of decimal places, the default value. This ComboBox is working in inches now, so let's look at the list. We have 0.125, 0.25, 0.375, and 0.5. If we check the number of decimal places, we see that it's set to 3. If we set the box to the default value, we see that it is 1 inch. If we set the ComboBox to follow the document units now, then it changes back to millimeters. This ComboBox now has its millimeter-specific list of values, the ones we entered manually earlier, and number of decimal places. It also has the millimeter-specific default value that we set earlier. That concludes this video. I hope you found something useful in it.